Is kimchi really halal? I hear this question again and again, and it's a great one. In Korea, we often say there are as many kimchi recipes as there are households. That means every family has their own way of making kimchi. Some with seafood, some without. So depending on the ingredients, some kimchi might be halal for you and some might not. Here's the good news. Most store-bought kimchi these days, especially the vegan kind, is usually halal-friendly. But if your halal practice includes avoiding seafood altogether, you will want to be extra careful. That's why today I'm sharing a 100% halal vegan kimchi recipe. No fishy sauce, no shrimp, just clean, plant-based ingredients. And the flavor, still rich, spicy, and absolutely delicious. Let's get started. We will begin with 2 kg of napa cabbage. Cut off the top core at the base, then chop the cabbage into small bite-sized pieces. Rinse it thoroughly under cold, clean water. Then sprinkle 100 grams of coarse salt evenly over the cabbage. Toss it really well to make sure every piece gets salted. This draws out the moisture and softens the leaves. Now set a timer for 20 minutes. While the cabbage is resting, let's prepare the rest of our vegetables. Cut 1 radish into small cubes, about the same size as the cabbage. Then slice some green onions lengthwise so they blend well in both the shape and texture. After 20 minutes, give the cabbage another good toss, then let it sit for another 20 minutes. After 40 minutes in total, let's check if it's ready. Take one of the thicker stems and gently bend it. If it still snaps, give it a bit more time. If it's soft and flexible, you are good to go. This step is important. Under-salted cabbage can lead to bland flavor and poor fermentation. Once the cabbage is softened, rinse it thoroughly with clean water to remove the excess salt. Then drain it well. Now add the cabbage, radish, and green onions into a large mixing bowl. Here's where the magic happens. Add 5 tablespoons of Korean red pepper powder. Use 4 if you prefer it milder. 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of grated ginger, 1 tablespoon of sugar. These simple ingredients come together to create that bold, zesty flavor. Spicy, savory, and naturally rich without a single drop of fishy sauce. Now it's time to get your hands in there. Mix everything thoroughly until the cabbage is fully coated with the seasoning. Take your time with this, it's worth it. You want every bite to be packed with flavor. Once everything is well mixed, cover the bowl and let it last at room temperature for about 12 hours. This gives it just enough time to develop a light, tangy flavor. And that's it! Your own freshy, crunchy halal kimchi made without any seafood. Can't find the napa cabbage where you live? No worries, I've got you covered with a super easy cabbage kimchi recipe. Try it with bulgogi. Even my husband said it's better than traditional kimchi. First, grab a whole cabbage. I used one that was about 2 kilos. Give it a good rinse, peel off the outer leaves, and chop it into bite-sized pieces. Then gently pull the leaves apart one by one. Now mix 240 grams of salt into 2 liters of water and stir until it's fully dissolved. Pour that over the cabbage and give it a good toss to everything gets evenly coated. Let it sit for 30 minutes, then give it another toss. Repeat it every 30 minutes for about an hour and a half to 2 hours total. Don't forget to keep tossing. While that's brining, let's make the porridge. Mix 15 grams of glutinous rice flour with 100 milliliters of water until smooth. Bring 400 milliliters of water to a boil, then slowly pour in the flour mixture, stirring constantly. Once it starts to bubble, turn up the heat and let it cool down completely. In a large bowl, add 150 grams of red pepper flakes, 60 grams of minced garlic, 5 grams of grated ginger, 15 grams of sugar, 30 grams of salt, and 2 pinches of Ajinomoto flavor enhancer. It really brings out the umami. Then pour in the cooled rice porridge. Mix everything together well and let it sit at room temperature so the flavors can come together. Let's check on the cabbage. It should bend easily without snapping. Nice and soft. If it's ready, rinse it thoroughly to wash off any excess salt. Drain it well. If you got a salad spinner, even better. Then leave it to sit for about an hour to get rid of any leftover water. Now it's time to mix the cabbage with our spicy seasoning. Finish it off with some chopped green onions and a sprinkle of sesame seeds. You can pop it in the fridge and eat it right away. But if you leave it out at room temperature for about 12 hours first, it will develop a deeper, richer flavor. Better than pickles? Try this kids-friendly kimchi. Let me show you my kids' all-time favorite cucumber kimchi. Amazing. I'm using 10 cucumbers about this size. Trim off both ends and scoop out the seeds in the middle. A chopstick or metal straw makes it super easy. Now slice yellow and red capsicums and some carrots into long strips. Then stuff them tightly into the cucumbers. The tighter, the better. Boil 1.5 liters of water, 3 tablespoons of salt. Pour it over the stuffed cucumbers and let it sit for 30 minutes. Rinse them in cold water and let them dry. Now for the broth. Blend pineapple with 1 teaspoon of salt, then add 1 can of Sprite. Optional, 1 teaspoon of sugar if you like it sweeter. Slice the cucumbers into bite-sized pieces, pour the broth over, and you are done. You can eat it right away, but it's amazing after chilling for 4 hours in the fridge. Best eaten within a week. But in our house, it's always gone in 3 days. It's really great with Korean chicken. Today, I'm making purple pickled radish, the kind that Koreans never forget to serve with fried chicken, jjajangmyeon, or kimbap. First, grab 1 white radish. Since I'm making 2 types, 1 for kimbap and 1 for chicken, I will start by cutting it into long strips. This size is just perfect. Now, slice the leftover radish into thin half moons. This goes really well with the fried chicken or jjajangmyeon. Sprinkle 1 tablespoon of coarse salt over the radish and mix it well with your hands. Let it steep for about an hour. After 30 minutes, give it a good toss. The salt spreads evenly. Once the hour is up, place the salted radish into a clean container. In a pot, combine 5 milliliters of water, 6 tablespoons of salt, and 6 tablespoons of vinegar. Then add some butterfly pea flowers for that gorgeous purple color. Bring the mixture to a light boil, just enough to dissolve the sugar. But don't boil it too long. You don't want the vinegar to evaporate and lose that nice tang. Is the color not turning purple enough? Don't worry, just steep a bit more. Dry the butterfly pea flour in a small amount of hot water, then pour that in for a deep color. Pour the liquid over the radish, including the steeped flour tea, and let it rest in the fridge overnight. And there you have it! Rented in Finland's viral kimchi recipe. Who is your bias? Mine is Chaunu. Recently, I saw Chaunu on Rented in Finland enjoying kimchi made with leek, and it looked absolutely delicious. So I decided to share my super easy kimchi recipe with you. First, cut your leeks into bite-sized pieces. Then add 2 tablespoons of fish sauce and mix it well. Let it sit for about 10 minutes to soak up the flavor. Next, add 2 tablespoons of Korean red pepper flakes and mix again until the leeks are nicely coated and turned a vibrant red. Add 5 grams of minced ginger, 5 grams of minced garlic, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Mix everything together really well. To finish, sprinkle some sesame seeds on top. And that's it! Your leek kimchi is ready. If you are planning to eat it right away, just like they did on Rented in Finland, add 1 teaspoon of vinegar for a bit of tang. But if you prefer to ready-mature, skip the vinegar and store it in the fridge for a day. Give this leek kimchi a try and let me know if you like it as much as Chan did.